lost a couple guys there to injuries, but I don't have any updates for you because I have not had a chance to talk to Anthony. But I believe that it was Larimore and Wallace, and I think they I don't know if they suffered concussion or concussion-like symptoms or what. But any time, like I've said before, that it looks like somebody might have concussion-like symptoms, and we're going to get them off the field. That's the prudent thing to do, especially with the kids at this age. Their futures are just too bright, either on or off the field, to even mess with that, and we feel very strongly about that. We tried to simulate some scrimmage type or game type situations today. We kind of amped up the pressure a little bit, intensified things a little bit, added some more crowd noise, some more music. Tried to create a little bit more chaos to see how guys would react. I thought it was a pretty average practice, but that's what I anticipated going in. It's our first time really in this environment where we really amp things up. I think it was a really good learning experience for us. I'm encouraged. I'm not satisfied. I don't think any of us are satisfied, but I think that there's a lot of guys that are encouraged. We needed to go through this today. And we need to go through it a few more times. You know, we need to keep increasing the intensity, increasing the chaos, so that we can learn how to function efficiently, with poise, with composure, staying confident, staying relaxed when the heat's on. And that's part of being a good football team is being able to do that. And the only way that you can simulate that is to come out here on the practice field and do it the way we tried to do it today or in games. And so we're going to do that as much as we can. So I think we got a lot out of today. Obviously, there's a lot of things that we have to correct. I think it was a bit of a wake-up call for some guys, and that's not a bad thing. You know, it's a good thing. It's a good thing at this point.
Time-wise, it was one of the shorter practices so far. Was that on purpose?
Yeah, it was. It was probably almost an hour shorter. We cut out some things. We wanted to, just like I said, increase the intensity in certain situations, and really focus on particular parts of game-like situations.
Part of that due to just when Wallace and Larimore got hurt.
No, we did not cut out a play. No, it was pre-planned. I thought about maybe shortening it down, but I just don't think that's the right thing to do right now. I think the right thing to do is just to keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, and keep pushing. And we're going to keep pushing.
Sermons was addressed that. So.
Sermons, yeah. Sermons, well, you saw him out here with the cast the other day, and they did an X-ray, and he has a break, and I'm not even going to try to get into medical terms.
Broken bone in his hand?
Yes, and he's going to have surgery on that. So it's unlikely that he'll be with us for the rest of spring, although there's a chance that he could be back late next week with one of those big clubs on. He practiced with it on Tuesday, but they felt like the best thing to do, because he had some swelling on his hand underneath the cast, is they need to cut the cast back. And when they cut the cast back, he wasn't protected. They had to cut the cast back because of swelling, and so we can't have him out here in that situation.
Did you get any clarity at all from the quarterback situation?
No, I didn't, because I was watching everything. I mean, I don't know that even Noel did. What we'll have to do is go in and watch the film. That's the old coach's cliche, got to watch the film. But really, on a day like this, when you can sit back in an environment where you can really analyze those guys, I think we'll come away with some things. But it's hard for me to just train my eyes on one particular position. There's so much going on.
Do you make much of the interceptions?
From what standpoint?
What'd you think of them, or what was your thought on the interceptions throughout the situation?
I thought that the defensive players made some pretty good plays. I thought a couple of them were probably not very good balls thrown. But once again, a lot of times when there's an interception, we all, including myself, we assume that it's a poor throw. And sometimes it's a bad route. Sometimes it's a good break by a defender. And then sometimes it's a bad throw. So just like, as Chris asked about evaluating the quarterbacks, it's hard for me to answer those types of questions until I really take a look at it and see what was the coverage, how was the route run, how was the protection. Certainly from an offensive standpoint, you never like to see turnovers, but from a defensive standpoint, you love the takeaway. So, as a head coach, you can play both sides. That's a great play over here. They make a better decision over here.
Natural film comes in, like you said, right?
Yeah, but I get I get to cheer for who's ever winning. You know.
You said, before spring that you would hope one of the quarterbacks would emerge. Halfway through, are you starting to see signs of anybody doing that?
I don't know. I kind of feel a little bit different every day, and so me giving you that answer is really saying no, but I really still feel like, over the course of the next, what do we have, 6 practices left? I think over the course of the next 6 practices, we'll start to see some separation. We're going to amp up the pressure. We've created more situational football, more emphasis on third downs, more live situations. When you do that, there'll be separation. So like I said at the start of spring, I'd love for the sake of the team to come out of spring feeling like we had a guy. But I never felt that was going to necessarily be the absolute. Hopefully we can, but if we don't, we can't. But we have to determine it. I'm not going to take it up to the first week of the season, I can tell you that.
Individually, did anybody pop to you today?
No, not really. To be quite honest with you, today I wasn't really watching numbers. I was just watching body language and tempo and seeing how guys reacted to pressure more in a team environment than as individuals. I knew we broke some runs. I couldn't tell you where the breakdown was on defense or who was even running the ball. That's why we're really lucky we have good video people, because they get that all for us so we can go back and analyze it.